Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius July 23, 2022. Today's Sun series alignment boosts your work or health efforts, and it's an excellent time to apply yourself to work or chores. It's also a helpful influence for organizing your personal environment. Today's transits are almost magical for strengthening your inner confidence. You want to feel rooted, secure, and supported, but you're also interested in accomplishing something special. You're putting more love into your work or self-care pursuits now. Interactions with others tend to be warm. Handling unresolved matters can boost your sense of security or a key relationship. You are entering one of the most significant periods of the year when it comes to significant partnerships. Mental Mercury recently turned a corner and is venturing directly across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of partnerships. This will make it easier for you to negotiate where you stand, make long-term plans, or even work as a team to find an agreement. Speak with enthusiasm and bounce ideas off your sweetheart as you envision vast new horizons that you can both venture upon. If you've wanted to have a heart-to-heart, the stars are shining sweetly for you to do so. Expect to diligently work on your domestic duties or some other pressing task when the exalted moon conjuncts Mars in Taurus. Although this conjunction squares your sign, you might have something worthwhile to learn from it. You may prefer a wacky, unconventional way of going about your work, but today's conjunction honors a tried and true method. Going about your work with steady tenacity instead of bouncing around may be abnormal but worthwhile. You could achieve quite a bit in a short amount of time by sticking to a course of action. Your mental powers should be especially acute today. Your mind will be quick and receptive, and your communication abilities exceptionally sharp. You feel on top of the world, as though you could sell anything to anybody. Make the most of this surge of intellectual power by beginning any new projects you have been considering. Other people find you irritable and somewhat chaotic. They will definitely be annoyed by your bad moods. Look at yourself in the mirror, find out what's causing your destructive behavior and make an effort to do something about it. Anger cannot be cured with more anger. You're feeling grounded and centered, but right now you'd like to think up big dreams and silly plans instead. Still, you can use that energy to get things done if you want. You feel overwhelmed by events and have to reconsider the situation you're in. Preoccupied with important life decisions, you're not in the best frame of mind to date and realize it's best to postpone any vital meetings until you're feeling more positive and after you've made some critical decisions about your future. You might need to set boundaries with your family. If your kids are demanding all of your time and energy, just make sure that you make some time for your own projects. Sometimes it's best to be direct and honest. Tell your children that they will need to play on their own for part of the day. Stand firm in your right to have a little privacy. Your family will respect you if you are clear with them. A break from your usual routine may suit you very well on this day. Even though sticking to a specific schedule usually suits you, it can get boring over time. This vibration can help you to step out of your usual day and into an activity or event that is stimulating and refreshing. Take a cue from yourself. If you have been feeling restless lately, it's time for a change. Shuffle things around or do something completely different for a lift. The sun and moon are both on the move today, and in both cases, this is something that will have a positive impact on your personal life. It begins with the sun's return to your relationship sector, turning the solar spotlight onto your relationships. This year, the sun not only returns to find Mercury, the planet of communication, already here, but for the first time in 12 years lucky Jupiter in your communication sector. It is a few hours later that the moon will return for its first visit to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart since Venus left earlier in the week. The day gets off to a good start with the sun's return to your relationship sector, turning the solar spotlight onto your relationships, only to find that Mercury, the planet of communication, is already here and working hard to get the communication lines open. It is just a few hours later that the moon will return to your romantic sector, in time to capture what Venus, the planet of love left behind when she left earlier in the week. Our eyes in the sky. The Taurus moon squares brooding Pluto in the early hours this morning, which could cause restless sleep or emotionally charged dreams. These vibes hang in the air as we begin our day, which could leave you feeling energetically and mentally depleted. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to rush through your morning ritual, because you likely need some extra time to decompress before starting the day. You might notice that people are more on edge than usual, but try to stay calm and avoid any triggering conversations that could lead to a blowout. Fortunately, these funky vibes dissipate by mid-afternoon, when the moon changes signs into sensual Taurus while forming a helpful aspect to Mars. The universe wants you to check in with your body right now, and pampering yourself should be treated as a priority. The Sun shares helpful aspects to the North and South nodes, bringing healing to our past and hope for our future. Feel free to dream big right now, but keep in mind that things may move more slowly now than they have over the last few days. Rather than feeling impatient, try to look at this as a reprieve and enjoy taking a more relaxed approach to life. Taurus energy loves to indulge in the finer things, which include shopping. If you're in need of some retail therapy, go for it. We benefit from slowing down and having patience. However, Leo Mars interprets delays as a threat to the ego. We respond like a threatened cat if restricted, hissing, and raising our hackles, and this opposition can bring out a mean-spiritedness that will likely be directed at authority figures who are simply encouraging temperance. Avoid going on the offensive and commit to working through power dynamics considerately. Mid-afternoon, the last quarter moon encourages release. Are you prioritizing your own emotional needs? Are you proactively embracing maturity? We might be accused of selfishness at this juncture, as our individual needs, the Taurus moon, clash with the responsibilities we've assumed under the guise of caring for others, Cancer sun. Yet this lunation provides the understanding that we cannot be legitimate providers if we are acting from a place of self-sacrifice. Our engagements should be entered into with full consent and mindfulness. To this end, relationship conflicts might now arise, so we can address this concept. Harmony is our intention, and over the next 2 days, we will be more interested in the health and well-being of our relationships, believing them to be symbolic representations of our interior emotional balance. Just be mindful that you are not betraying yourself in order to keep the peace.